Hi, second grade. All right, today's lesson is part of a new chapter, but we're still working with measurements. Today's lesson is 13-1, Add and Subtract with Measurements. I can solve problems by adding or subtracting length measurements. So we already know how to measure an object. And today we're going to figure out what to do to find the entire length of something. How does addition and subtraction help us? So we'll do solve and share as a class. Right now we're going to go to the visual learning boxes on page 762. All right, so this book is 9 inches long and 6 inches wide. What is the distance around the front cover of the book? Right, so we know one measurement here is 9 inches and another one is 6 inches. And if you think back to what we did in yesterday's lesson, to find the length of something that's not a straight line, you would measure the two different parts of it and add it together, and that would give you the total length. But we don't just add 6 and 9, because if you see here, this book has two other sides that they didn't tell us the measurement of. What do you think, without pulling out your ruler, what do you think these other two sides would measure? What length are they? Well, I know that, I'm going to change colors here. I know that this side right here is the same length as that side. So that's 9 inches. And this side here is the same length as that side. So that would also be 6 inches. And that's why, when we go to the next box, you add 9 twice, one here and one there, and you add 6 twice, one here and one there. Add the lengths of all four sides to find the distance around the entire cover, around the whole thing. And we know because of our doubles numbers that 9 plus 9 is 18 and 6 plus 12 is 12. Then you can add using partial sums to find out that the distance around the whole cover is 30 inches. So this whole book is 30 inches around, all four sides. Now in our next scenario, our friend's telling us how much longer is the teacher's arm than the child's arm. Are they asking us how long the teacher's arm and the child's arm is together? Or are they asking us the difference between the teacher's arm and the child's arm? And if you see here it says how much longer, that means they're asking us the difference between the two lengths. So when our friend says, will I add or subtract? In this scenario, we're going to subtract. We know that the teacher's arm is 66 centimeters and the child's is 47 centimeters. So you would subtract to compare the two measurements. You would subtract to find out the difference. And the teacher's arm is 19 centimeters longer than the child's arm. Let's look at do you understand? Here's your challenge question. Explain how to find the distance around a square park that is 2 miles long on each side. So you have a park like that. I'm going to draw a better square. I'm going to make it green because it's a park. Okay, and we know that one side of it is 2 miles. And the other side is 2 miles, the other side is 2 miles, and the other side is 2 miles. How would you find the difference of this park? Okay, then we're going to look at guided practice. Decide if you need to add or subtract, then write an equation to help solve the problem. Number 1 asks us, what is the distance around this baseball card? And we know that one side of it is 10 centimeters. And the other side of it is 7 centimeters. Think back to our book from earlier. This side is the same length as that side, and this side is the same as that side. And so you would have 7 on top here and 10 again on that side. So our equation is going to look like 10 plus 7 plus 10 again plus 7 again. It's going to equal 34. 34 centimeters around the entire baseball card. What about for number 2? What's the distance around the puzzle? So ask yourself, are we going to add in this one or subtract? And if it's a square puzzle or rectangular, what is the length of the other two sides if we know that this is 15 up top and 12 on the side here? What are the other sides going to be? So you'll have to figure those two sides out before you can write your equation. Now for independent practice, same thing. Decide if you need to add or subtract and write the equation to solve each problem. If they're asking you what's the distance around it, around this door, are you going to add up all the sides to find the whole distance? Same thing for the cell phone. Will you have to add up all the sides to find the distance? How much longer is the red scarf than the blue scarf? Are they trying to find out what the difference is between the two scarves? All right, so like I said, we'll go over solve and share on the Zoom. And if you have any questions on how to solve anything from independent practice or math practices, come to the Zoom and we'll talk about it there. All right, goodbye.